You're listening to WICR, Iona College Radio.
In the last 2 hours, I've lost my job, my apartment, my car, and my girlfriend.
We are back on the PB&J''S radio show, and we have a lot to talk about. What's going on? All right, what are we talking about?
First off, I just want to say shout out to the haters on Instagram, Lucille Bootman.
Wish we could give her the boot out of our comments section.
Hey-o.
She's throwing us some shade on social media.
Social media shade.
So if you're
wax
watching,
her haircut a little bit.
Call her Slim Shady.
It's all right. Haters.
all right. I mean, she's probably watching, right?
Now,
Haters
now,
are like,
now that she's
No publicity is bad publicity.
yeah.
back to business.
All right, so our next thing to talk about is the Apple iPhone 7. I want to see what you guys think about the new iPhone. First off, does everybody know what the new features are?
I know
Or
Apple, the new
lack
features.
of features.
Wait, I know. That's a good question. What does anybody know what the new features are? So what is it?
Yeah,
I do not.
So like how much have they spread the new features? I know a bunch of them, but let's see. All right, let's see, Dave. How many new features can you on the iPhone 7 Plus?
I heard that there's no auxiliary cord to plug your
That's the
headphones.
big one. That's the big one.
So basically, it's not backwards compatible for anyone with your traditional headphones.
Mm-hmm.
They have an extension cord, like a converter that you can plug in. But the thing is,
Who wants
you
to walk
can't be-
around with
you
that?
can't be charging.
Might as
while
well bring my
you're,
radio
Right,
with
so
me.
you have to plug it into
hard
the.
drive plugged into your
No, but like the thing is that like I think that's a good point you brought up. Like, do people know about the new features, or are they trying not to tell people this time so that they're kind of confused when they can't put their headphones in?
So they're not.
And
Yeah,
now
no,
you're
that's
forced. You're forced.
You know, I
to
was
buy
going down the
headphones.
website like recently, and one of the bigger ones. Someone was saying yesterday too that the iPhone 7, like the regular iPhone 7, doesn't have a lot of the features that the iPhone 7 Plus does. So before they even got rid of the headphone jack, like a lot of the things on the iPhone 7 aren't even on this like 7 Plus. There's 2 cameras on the 7 Plus.
Why?
And there's still only one.
Who needs 2 cameras?
2 cameras, as in front and back.
Well,
No. There's 2 on the back. There's 2 on the back.
For what?
It's
I mean, there's
it's cool, but
yeah,
like,
no, it's definitely cool for.
It's not cool. It's
No, it's pretty cool. There's like a wide angle. There might be a
I'd
wide.
rather two
I'm not even
than
sure.
one
I'm not
if
even sure what
paying
they're going.
The price, but
Doesn't make any
that's
sense
a
to
big
me.
feature.
Well, I mean,
it's
you're
like,
taking the same picture of both cameras, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
much better quality. That's
Yeah.
what.
And then what? With the removal of the headphone jack, I'm pretty sure both speakers on the bottom work. So do you know how now you look at why do they have these speaker holes here if it doesn't even work? Now it's like double. Your phone will be double as loud. That isn't getting a lot of. That's pretty cool. Honestly, that I feel like that's a question that a lot of people had is like why.
I really
there's
don't.
only-
I don't care about that.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
I
phone
get
is
it.
so
I
much
get
harder
that.
to use now because of all.
totally
Oh
get
yeah,
that.
100%.
And like, how much are you paying for the new one? I think like what?
Is it like
$900
$600?
or something?
Without-
And now,
Yeah, but that's
and now you're
Sheesh.
forced to use their headphones.
So
Yeah.
the headphones are wireless, right?
They're wireless, but if you do want a wire, it plugs into the charging port now instead of a headphone
I
jack.
think
So you're
before-
forced to use them.
Before some certain date, though, they're giving you just the converter and like the old pair of headphones.
Yeah, but I don't want any converter hanging
I
out of my.
it's
You know, it's just extra.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this leads me to the next thing I wanted to do. Everybody here has an iPhone besides you, and just like a little experiment here, I just wanted to know why the majority of people kind of go towards iPhones these days. So the first question I'm gonna ask is, when I say iPhone and Apple, like Apple iPhone, what's the first thing you guys think of?
Simple interface.
Very true. Very true. Yeah,
iMessage,
iMessage definitely
that's
big.
big.
I could relate that to BBM.
Yeah.
I never had a BlackBerry myself, but when you see somebody with like a green, when you text somebody and it turns up green, you're kind of like, huh, you know, like. But like BBM was huge. You know, you have things you could do on BBM that you couldn't do with a normal phone, like ping each other. You know,
Well, that
when your
gets
friend
me
wouldn't
into
wake up or.
the next question: what sets the iPhone apart from, let's say, your Samsung phone? Like, what is it? that
Probably
they're
how much
doing?
easier it is.
Is it?
I've tried to use Joe's phone and I can't do it. I don't know why.
To play devil's advocate, I am so used to Galaxies that I try using an iPhone and I don't know what I'm doing. So it might
Very
be
true.
easier for
But
me
I
to
feel like-
get used to iPhones.
All right, if we switched phones for like 2 days, I think you would be able to pick up the iPhone quicker than I would be able to pick up that.
My phone's like completely broken, so
I think so, too.
personally,
No,
I
I
really
mean,
think
yeah, but-
iMessage is the big thing with kids these days. Like that's why they want that.
One more thing, like shareability between other Apple products. So like my laptop, like I have pictures on my laptop. I text it right to my phone, and you can get it. And even if you have Apple TV, computer,
Airplane mode and stuff.
the like a laptop, a desktop, phone, iPad, all five of those products, like are all linked. You know what I mean? Like you could put something on one, you could like write a note on your iPhone, and it's now on all of your products, all of your Apple products, which is pretty cool, honestly. That
So like the next thing I'll direct it more towards the guy with the Samsung. Do you
This
think
guy.
the phase of having the iPhone is gonna filter out the way like BlackBerry's kind of lost their touch? Do you think Samsung, let's say, will
I don't
ever
think
become
Apple's
the
gonna
leader?
I don't think Apple's gonna slow down.
No
But I
way.
think it might catch up a little.
You know, because it's 10
like,
times
they're doing
different
a
than
lot of stuff
BlackBerry.
with like the whole like Oculus and like different like inventions and.
that is very true.
iPhone's gonna come out with something where you look into the phone and it's gonna be virtual reality. Like, trust me, Apple has something up their sleeve.
They might even have it already.
Yeah, there's no way that they're gonna let Samsung top them. Like, there's no way.
Also,
I
it's
can't
like,
see it.
It's like they probably have plans to make your phone do crazy things, but they're gonna keep releasing it slowly to build more and more
Because they
interest
want-
every
like,
year.
They want to make more money.
Because I heard
it
the
was all
iPhone 8
once,
is
then
gonna be like the big changing thing, the
Yo,
next
sure.
thing. But then another question: do you think that younger kids, want an iPhone because it's the best option, or is it just like we're psychologically
I
like
think
Apple
psychologically-
did
Yeah.
such a great job with their
They
marketing
See, they
that
see like their older siblings with iPhones, and they're like, "I want an iPhone."
I have
I don't think little kids know too much about.
Well, I have a few younger cousins, and as you know, 4th, 5th birthday presents, they received Apple iPhone, or not iPhones, but iTouches,
Yeah.
iPads. So they're used to that interface from the age 4 or 5,
and then they're ready.
which
to
shows
use
you
their
how intuitive that interface is. So that's why I think the iPhone is pretty much unstoppable at this point.
So yeah. Well, last question, just to leave it off. Overall, personally, your experiences with Apple iPhones, good, bad? Do they, in terms of, are they reliable? Do they break? And why, if they do break, are you still going back to it instead of like just switching it up?
I mean, I switched from Android to Apple, I think, last year of high school. And I think this is the first time when my iPhone broke. and
Benedict
it's still
Arnold
been-
sitting next to me over here.
Some tension
And
building.
it's been a lot better. Just it's more simple interface, and it's just been a lot more dependable.
And then for you, was it just always Samsung for you, or?
Well, I have a Mac, and I've had like iPods and stuff, but the first phone I got was like a Droid, not even like Android, like the first like smartphone I got.
I mean, yeah, like the Droid was hot. I remember like when the Droid
was
came
a-
out, they
that
had
was a-
awesome
Yeah,
commercial.
Droid
The
too.
Droid was hot,
It was
boy.
hot, boy.
It was crazy. This phone's crazy.
Yeah, it was good. But then like I just never like I had no problem using it. So I was like, why get an iPhone when I've already had this type of phone? And I
very
wanted
true.
to try getting used to another phone when I already knew how to use everything.
The only problems I've had with iPhones are problems that I've caused myself. Like if I drop it, I drop my phone.
Okay.
One time I got my phone, I dropped my phone, got it fixed, and then the next day dropped it again.
I think
So.
with Galaxies they are more durable though.
I don't care about the durability because it's like you could get it fixed you could get an iPhone fixed for cheap by just some random
Actually,
guy.
the new iPhone apparently you can like drop it in the toilet and it's fine. Like if you take it out within 30 seconds.
I used to love dropping my phone in the toilet. Thank God I could do it now without
Yeah, without
any
worrying.
repercussion.
That's so
That's
reassuring.
fun. It's a
If you ever
good
go
time.
to either Gemelli's, you might want that waterproof.
Oh,
iPhone. Just
shots
warning you.
fired.
Wait.
I love the food, but
Apparently, there was some danger at Gemelli's.
wear your rain jacket.
Let's hear about what happened over there.
Well, we were out to dinner. Myself, JR, RJ Fields,
RJ
my
Field.
cousin.
Naturally.
Staccato, you were there, right?
Yes.
And Joseph LeBuzz, he's made a few appearances. And the busboy, very nice gentleman, a freshman here at Iona apparently,
Freshman or sophomore, one of the two.
one of the two. But he placed down the glass vase or bottle,
And
and he put it down with a little force, and the bottom just
opened up.
shattered.
This is
We had-
a worker at
Yes,
Jamella's.
yes. Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
And we love Jamelis. We don't want to.
We've got
This
a
is no shots
surprise for
fired.
you today. He's actually outside the studio. Nah,
He's ready to fight. Oh, he's looking for you, David.
he's looking for you. You've been spreading rumors that he's not a good busboy. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
he's a good guy. He really is.
He works his tail off.
He's very loyal. Fills
Yep.
up your water.
That's what we do
Every
here. We,
time.
we
Loyak.
squash beef. We squash
Loyak.
beef here.
Loyak.
That's what we do on this
He just
radio.
wanted to get that off his
I
chest.
love Jamelis. I'll be back next week.
Next Tuesday.
All right, before we make any enemies, let's take a commercial break. We're going to play some music, and we will be back with something else. We'll figure it out.
Let me go find that.
You're listening to the PB&J